A South Carolina man not only threw his 15-month-old baby in the air and let him drop onto the pavement, but he also asserted that he often dropped the child to toughen him up. The scumbag in question, Richard Cavan Register III, 29 years of age, was booked in to the Horry County Jail on Friday under a $50,000 bond for unlawful conduct towards a child, public intoxication, and simple possession of marijuana. We're told that a witness flagged down an officer on August the 17th. The witness described seeing the scumbag, Richard Cavan Register III, drop and shake a baby in a stroller. The officer saw the scumbag pick the baby off the ground. The officer has stated that the defendant was immediately hostile, slurred his speech, and had trouble standing still. So seemingly he was drunk, and he's admitted to having dropped his 15-month-old baby onto the pavement. The scumbag told officers that there was nothing wrong with playing rough with the victim, and that he sometimes drops the baby in an attempt to toughen him up. The 15-month-old baby was naked, crying hysterically, appeared to be dehydrated, had redness and dirt on the back, a small scrape on his stomach. Emergency medical services arrived at the scene. The baby was taken to Grandstand Hospital for further assessment, and the father couldn't care less. He didn't appear to have any concerns for the welfare, the safety of his 15-month-old baby. With that, thankfully, the child has been taken into emergency protective custody by the Department of Social Services, so hopefully the baby will require the love and attention that they need. Hopefully they're placed in the care of a loving adoptive family. It's a good thing that the baby's been taken away from this drunk, inept, abusive parent who seemingly regularly played rough with the 15-month-old, regularly dropped the baby on the pavement and did similar things just to toughen the baby up. It's good that the baby's no longer going to be under the care of that psychopath, but being put into protective custody as a baby, I mean, I don't know, that could go either way, I would have thought. We're also told that the scumbag parent was seen standing in the middle of the street, shaking the baby really fast. The defendant allegedly threw the baby into the air above his head and then let the child land on the pavement. That beggars belief. Threw the child, 15 months old, into the air above his head. So 6 foot high, and the child landed on the pavement. I'm surprised that the baby survived. Threw the baby into the air above his head. That's pretty much all the information that we have at this point. The scumbag was arrested with a small amount of marijuana, 5.5 grams, some malt liquor, drunk, high, not in a fit state to look after any children. This baby had a angel looking over them, and let's hope that that angel sticks around. So again, we're told that the scumbag in question, Richard Cavan Register III, 29 years of age, has been booked into jail. He has a $50,000 bond for unlawful conduct towards a child, public intoxication, and simple possession of marijuana. I'm wondering to myself if those charges are sufficient. Unlawful conduct towards a child. I don't know if that's a severe charge or not, but I'm fearful that it isn't. We're told that a witness saw him throw the 15-month-old baby, his child, into the air above his head. So am I misinterpreting this? Perhaps I am, but he's saying that the baby was thrown, give or take, 6 foot up in the air and then left to fall on the pavement. I don't know how a baby would survive that. Thankfully, the baby did. Thankfully, an officer that arrived at the scene very quickly saw a small scrape on the baby's stomach, redness and dirt on the baby's back. The baby was naked, crying hysterically, and appeared dehydrated. But I've got to say that if I'm interpreting this correctly, if the baby was thrown 6 foot high in the air and left to land on the pavement, I'm shocked that the baby isn't dead. I'm shocked that the baby isn't severely disabled. But thankfully, the baby is in good physical health. So I'm going to wrap things up at this point. Well done to the witnesses concerned. Well done to the officers concerned. I would like the authorities to review the charges laid against this scumbag. Let's make sure that they're sufficient. If you happen to live in the area, South Carolina, maybe this is something that you can inquire about. Maybe you can ask the Myrtle Beach Police Department if this scumbag is going to be charged adequately. But I'll leave that in your hands. So I'm going to wrap things up. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit, and take care.